control of the screen, remote control. Okay, Eric, do you have a remote control?
Uh, Apparently it says I do.
So you should be able to move through the slides so that you can speak to them directly and introduce yourself to start. There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go. Oh, the name's wrong on here, but hello
yeah.
everyone. So you've decided to consider applying to L2M, and I'm going to speak to the part where L2M has already chosen you, and now you're applying for the money side of it. For those who don't know, my tax and L2M partner to provide the funds that are associated with your L2M award. We use a MyTax program called BSI to do this, and I'll speak to you about how we apply for it at this point. But this is for those who have been chosen by L2M to move forward to this stage. So I name on here is incorrect. My name is Eric Liu. For those who don't know me, I manage the Prairie region at MyTax. So Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba are the three provinces that I'm occupied. But usually I have colleagues that people tend to know more. I'm just covering for a few positions right now. All right, so about MyTax and what our role is, except for just the funding part in that part in the piece of this. So here we go. Oh, there you go. This is just a little bit of purpose slide if you want to know more about MyTax. But as Claire has already spoken to, we also exist to help fill that productivity gap in Canada, the innovation gap, as it were. It's been known for a long, long time that we have some of the best universities in the world. We publish well above our weight, right? We publish well above, but yet many of these publications don't translate into real world change. They're not resulting in new businesses. They're not resulting in new things coming out. We leave it to places like Europe or China or the US to innovate after we've made the big discovery. So why is that, and what can we do to change it? So that's why MyTax also exists. L2M is encouraging the entrepreneurship side of things, but MyTax as a whole does that, but also encourage industry academic collaboration. That's why we exist and have for 26 years. They'll my tax L2M, how it works, right? Like I said, we want to encourage collaboration between academia and industry. But in this case, in this permutation of the award, industry is, in this case, Edmonton Unlimited, because they are the ones who are going to be partnering with you to deliver the funds for your project, for you to do your entrepreneurship exploration that L2M is going to help provide. So your eligibility, Claire has already talked about the eligibility, right? Your MSc, PhD student, or a postdoc within 5 years. Your academic supervisor also has to be a part of the project because they're the technical lead for your project, right? Because this is a lab to market. So you are commercializing, probably commercializing something you're doing in the lab. So your academic supervisor is part of this, as they help also hold the funding that will pay you. It's just like a scholarship, right? If you've ever applied for an NSERC scholarship or some, your prof holds the award and then they pay you from it. If you're already a recipient of a MyTax award, that's a student, not the prof, right? I see a number of profs on the call, but if you're a student that already has a MyTax award, your current MyTax award needs to be put on hold so you can do the L2M award. MyTax has a rule that you can't hold two MyTax at the same time, right? So you're doing one or the other. So you can put one on hold and then do this one and go back to it later. I'm going to skip this part, awards limit. We no longer have award limits. So if you're part of a MyTax award, you go on hold to do this one, and then you can go back to your MyTax one. We don't care about the limits anymore. Ugh, this thing just keeps skipping. Um, so your application process. Well, before all this, L2M is going to make a selection of who moves forward in the L2M process. Those who get selected to move into L2M get to do the MyTax process to apply for the funding. right? So you do your whole application through the BSI portal. So it is an online application. The student is here, the intern, the academic supervisor, right? And then the industry partner here is Edmonton Unlimited. They're taking the place of the industry partner because they'll help us fund the award. But it's actually L2M. So you send in your application. I will help a little bit with that. Either me or my colleagues will help with the application part. There are some due dates because you'll get told that you've been selected for L2M. However, then you gotta do this application. It does take 8 weeks to review the application once it's submitted. So you're encouraged to apply within a week or two, so that we can get it reviewed and then the money can get sent to you hopefully during your L2M training part. The two are kind of disjointed, right? But it is two processes we hope line up. And like I said, here's the process. Mton Unlimited pays that 50%. They actually get their money from L2M. They pay the 50%. My tax then sends the university 100%, right? In this case, $10,000. That's what the amount the award is, $10,000. And the university sets up the payments for you, the students. The award pay setup, it's very simplified here, but of course the profs on the call know they'll be the ones setting up the payment for you, for the students through university mechanisms. So we use the BSI program. Award is 10K for 4 months, right? It is a non-research project. So don't tell me about the research project. When you're doing the application here, you're talking about the market research you'll be doing for your project, right? So if you're a nanotech inventor and you've created a new way to etch chips or something, right? Talk about the market research that'll go into exploring this new process, right? What is the market potential of people wanting this new process? If you're in chemistry and you're doing a new process there, talk about the market research that'll go into understanding the marketability of this new process or new invention, right? So you will talk a little bit about the technical, very little, just to differentiate yourselves from what's currently out there and that you will be doing a market research project on that. That's what you're applying for through my tax BSI, the market research part of it. And then when you're funded, you get to work on your entrepreneur project. I see a question here about research associates. They have to qualify as a postdoc for you to apply here, and a postdoc is anywhere with a PhD within 5 years, right? And that's it. XR, my tax is funded by the government of Canada and all the provinces in one territory. So I'll have to give them a shout out here, and Alberta's right here at the very front in alphabetical order. So thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot, Eric. Sorry, my mouse was somehow affected while you were sharing, while you were
How do
controlling
I
the
give it
screen.
back? Do I just
Yeah,
give,
give it back. Thanks,
how
give
do
it
I
back to me.
give up remote control? Oh, there you go. Is
And
it
there are a
back?
couple questions in the chat. Yeah, it's for currently, you need to be an enrolled student at the time that we deliver the program. So unfortunately, we can't have recent grads. And there's another question here. Okay, so is the MyTax business opportunity limited to the business opportunity in your MSc thesis? So the the technical project needs to be your MSc thesis, but the business opportunity can be larger than that. In fact, that's fantastic. So that would be what